point of today is this new wig, and I have some troubles that I'm going to try and work out. I have two wigs here in a somewhat gray color, not really technically gray. The first one is an old one, Beltress Caliente, I think it's Beltress, right? It's Caliente in British milk tea, which is kind of a gray, but it's a brown gray. Okay, and she's a rather older piece that needs some heat treatment because she is a heat friendly, and the fibers are a little ucky down here, so I will work on that later because that's not the point. The problem that I have is in the size of my head. I do have a petite forehead, and you can see this even comes down and covers my ears, which isn't smart. Nothing fits me, to be honest. And I also, it's kind of short. I'm short this way to the back. I don't remember what the measurement is, but it is short to where what I need to do on some wigs is go in and stitch up some of these. You can stitch it without cutting it to make it a little bit shorter so that it fits better on your head. And I have a very short forehead right here. You can see, like, my hairline starts before you even, I don't even think I get 3 full fingers for it. Typically your forehead, your hairline should start around the 4th finger. So if you want to be honest, I should probably chop all this off. You know, but Caliente, you might know, is a lace front and a mono part, or a lace part. So yes, I cinch them in, but if you cinch them in too tight, then they buckle another way, and it's just a little weird. So there's only so much cinching in you can do before you are out of the game. So right now on this one is, I don't usually wear a wig cap of any kind or a wig anything grip under this one, just because it fits, and the ear tabs poke into my ears here. I don't know how many of you have this problem where you have a weird shaped head and this pokes down and it hurts. And that's pretty much every wig that I wear. Now, like with this on, you can see my lace never lays flat. I don't care what I do, where I position it, it will never lay flat. Even if I take off the wig grip, if I tighten it, I have to use 10 different products to make it lay flat. And the ear tabs come right over my ears when I get it in position on my forehead properly. So there's no wig out there, I don't think, that fits my head naturally out of the gate, unfortunately. So a lot of the time with this, with the lace front, I just try to still cover my forehead. Like, I'm envious of those girls who are like, well, it's got a pretty lace front, so I can just pull it up. No, I cannot do that, and she needs a bath really bad. So she's not the focus that I wanted to talk about anyway. It's just another example of how I have trouble with the short forehead. And even if it fit all the way up to where a normal hairline goes, I still have trouble, and if I were to shave that off, they still buckle on me here. So I still have to use, like, I use Ebon, look at me, the Ebon, the purple wig lace spray, and I have to use the lace band and do what they call lace melting into the forehead to make it work. And that's a whole process. And even that never actually works on me. Yeah, she needs heat really bad. So, but the one I wanted to talk about today is from Gabor. Gabor Essentials. This is a wig called Peace in the color brown gray. Okay, take her out of the box. Now I did take her out, took the tag off. But this color is so pretty, this brown gray. I usually don't like a wig that's not rooted. This one is not, but she's just so pretty. And there's different shades in here. We've got obviously a gray and a brown mix, and then there's some lighter gray highlights. Now I don't believe she's not heat friendly to my, yes she is, yes she is, I looked it up, but I'm still not going to. Cute little bob, little sleek bob. So here's the problem I have with a lot of non-lace wigs, and ordinarily I can pull it off just fine and it's okay. This one's a little different. It's got the widow's peak manager, I guess. The problem is with that is that mine comes down so far. So for it to fit me in the right position, I've got her tight, a little too tight, considering I now have a wig grip on it. I normally do not. For one thing, I am definitely going to have to stitch her up on the inside. Okay. Maybe I should turn her back inside out and show you what I mean by stitching her up to make her a little bit smaller. So here's the crown from behind. And what I would do is take a needle and brown thread and go through each of these wefts with the thread and needle, and about 3, maybe 4. And the thread would bring these together, so you don't have to cut it out and re-sew it all back together. So you stitch that one, tie it off, stitch another one, tie it. So you have to go around and stitch all of them and tie them all off. But then if one pops, no big deal. It's just one. You go and you fix it when you get a chance. And you don't have, and you're not actually cutting the wig to make it either not resellable or something that you can't alter in some way if you want to. So now if we look at this, for it to fit me back here properly, it comes all the way down to here. I mean, halfway down my already short forehead. So that's one reason I have got to stitch her up. And then if I move it back, this has nice short little ear tabs that I like. I love the fact that it has these little short ear tabs. No, it might be fine now. It's still it's still too big this way. So I have to pull it down kind of. I'm thinking with the wig cap, it's better. So, and it does seem to be better with the wig cap, but you see, it's got to sit so far back because of the way it's made. Even the widow's peak should be back here further, right? Mine is way down here. So even pulling this back and trying to sort of fold it in a little bit to cover that up and twist it a little, and I bend the ear tabs in just a bit. These ear tabs are actually sitting nice. That's new. To be fair, to be honest. These are sitting nice. It's a little bulky in the back with this wig grip on, though. It feels a little funny. But that does help actually take up some of the space. but she does come down, so I'll have to do some work on this. These fibers are so, and see, I can't tuck. I can't tuck real well because my ears, if I'm especially wearing the wig cap, which seems like I may have to with this one. So I cannot tuck her. Okay. Just because my ears are kind of held. I have to poke them out of everything there. Kind of annoying, right? So this just covers my face. But that shortens this. Ordinarily, if you have one that doesn't fit right through here, then when you turn sideways, you have this angled look to where it looks like you've got this big bulk of a wig up here and it's coming down. So you have to really look up a little bit in order to look like you're straight. Because people look at you from the profile. We may not think about it, but they do, right? And they're gonna go, ooh, that's just, that, it's not natural. And even if I look straight, I can look over here and see that it's kind of curved in a funny way. It's not as bad as it was. It was really bad before I tried it with the wig cap. Okay, so somehow I'm gonna have no choice, I guess, but to shave off that. The other thing that I can do is color it with gray something. Gray eyeshadow, gray whatever, hair, roots, I don't know, touch up stuff or what have you. But I mean, that's a pain in the butt. I like one that I can fix up and just go. Okay. And this is water mixed with dimethicone that I made myself. I used to make makeup. And so I had some of that left over. This fiber is so soft that I'm loath to put any product on it because it feels fabulous. And look at this. Most little blobs and things that come here, they don't move real pretty. They look stiff here, and this one does not. This one does not look stiff and funny to me. Ugh. This is my first Gabor, can you tell? First one. And I think I am now a fan. Except for the way that this front fits me. Not all wigs fit me like that, and I can get away with it, but I don't have bangs here either. I mean, it splits, right? So, I mean, the other possible thing is I could put some bangs in here, but I'm horrible with scissors. Okay, scissors and we are not good friends. One thing I'm going to try to have to do here is use my Rene of Paris tool to try to sort of put a little heat on here to keep it from coming right down into my eyes. Okay. And this being 100% directed forward annoys me. So there we go. And I like that there's not a bunch, there's actually like no permatease. I love it. You can add lift if you want. You don't have to have permatease for lift. Right, because, you know, you can't make it through without knocking things off. One of the 5,000s of those that I have. Alright. So, I don't really want to add any sort of curl. I like this style that it has. I just want it lifted up here so that it doesn't flop constantly in my face. So it may have a little bend, and I'm going to go up. No, I don't want to go up under the wig. There's a little more spray. It's just so difficult to deal with this short forehead problem and getting rid of that hair. That's my biggest concern with this particular wig. Other than that, I think she's darn near perfect. So, let's see if we can just get it to lay back. And I do have other heat tools, but this is my go-to, because I know it's not going to ruin any of my wigs. Okay. So I'm going to let that set for a minute. What I've been doing with one of my other wigs to recondition it, I should go get it since I'm halfway through it. I use this, sometimes I'll use some like dimethicone or some other sprays, but this works really nice. It's a little difficult to show you because you would need a wig stand typically to do this, but in very small sections with a wig stand ordinarily. But just so you have an idea, these ends are really getting rough and frayed. So I give it a spray, and then I will use this, not like this typically. You'll hear it sizzle a little bit as I pull it through there. And I linger on the ends just a minute. And then I want to just smooth the ends out, because you're basically, in essence, melting it back into place. The problem is I don't want to take out the waves so much, so I will have to do this on a wig head with it pinned down, and then I can keep the waves from coming out, because then I can just focus on the ends. I can put a little heat. I may just use a steamer or a hair dryer or something on the rest of it. And then the other thing is, if I end up straightening it, I've got the Cool Tech Tressalure Cool Flow. But anyway, when I do that, then the end that I just did becomes nice and smooth again, whereas the rest of this is ratty. And yes, it takes a while. I'm halfway through one that I started yesterday, so it does take time. Let's see. And it still feels warm. If this has made any difference. It has. It has. I'm gonna go grab some. So I just brought this in. This is the lace spray, melting spray that I use on the lace. There's another one out that's a sport brand. I don't want to put the conditioner in this. I really don't. The same brand actually. Oh, dang it. I guess that's when you just kind of spray this wig wax from Tressalure that I get from Tia Maria Live Sales. There's a great time for a commercial. And in sort of in layers, and let it sit there. And then we'll do this side. I'm just gonna kind of come up under here. Oh, I hate putting stuff on this wig because it's so perfect as is. And then when I get this where I want it, then I guess I'll have to, I don't know, see, when I push it down to cover my widow's peak, it's still just too far and wonky. So I could go in and change the whole part. It's such a pain in the butt for me to do. I do it on a wig, my wig stand, which is out there. To do that, I would have to go through, comb it all forward, decide which way I want the part to go while it's on my head. Decide. Now, some things that I have to take into consideration are that I'm mostly blind in this eye. So if I wanted to create a new part, I would more than likely want to go just a slight, and I don't even know if this will work. Yeah, it probably will, because then this would come over and cover, that. I'm not combing through it with this, I'm just using it to kind of position this. Because in essence, then, the part that I've moved over here covers the widow's peak up, covers all that mess up. It's not real perfectly straight. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. In fact, that's fine. So, good thing then that I have, and she doesn't have a lot of permatease, so it doesn't try to hold it back up in position. That's nice. Ordinarily, I wouldn't suggest doing this with it on your head, okay? But because I am who I am, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. The first thing I'm gonna do is try to heat that up some, because this side won't be as, oh, this needs to go to that side. Annoying. This parted over real easy. A lot of them, oh crud. What you need to do is apply a heat to the center to keep that part changed. See? But this one just kind of did it naturally, very easily on its own. So that's nice. That was nice, the way that worked out. So we might get this one to work like that. I've not, center parts look great on some people. They don't work well on me anyway. So just as soon have a part slightly off center, and you see how that then covers this here, right? So I have very little then left to be concerned with. Yeah, ordinarily this whole part changing scenario would have taken some shift it this way, shift it that way, and then lay it down, hold it down with the heat. Yeah, but this girl, she said, no, let's do it. Let's go, let's go. Let's just do it, do it, do it. All right. Too many things in my little tiny sink. I did not rearrange my wig cap before I put her on, so things are bunched up all funky. No, they sure are. Oh no! So yeah, it'll take a little bit of doing. The other thing I can do is go get my sculpting type cream and put it in here. As a matter of fact, let me do it. See, I don't even have an electrical outlet in this bathroom that works. And then he broke it, which is the reason the fan you cannot turn it off. He rewired things in an attempt to fix things. And when he rewired it, he wired it so that the light and the fan are connected to the same switch. And the other switch where the fan was at is now just dead. So we're just gonna put a little bit of, oh, let me show you. This is from Beauty Market's shaping cream that I also got from Tia Maria. I also got this from Tia Maria live. So if you're not on Tia's lives, you're missing out. That's all I can say. But see how that's already just that little touch. And I'm barely using any. Really, I don't need it on my forehead. Does a lot to hold it over. And I'm combating the Widow's Peak dip here. Okay. And I'm going to give it a little twist here. I just want so little product on this girl because she just feels so fantastic, like silk. Really. If this is indicative of all Gabor type fibers, I'm sold. Oops. Because it just feels like silk. There, look at that. It holds really nicely. And then I will work it through even more. Work it through, work it through. I may take and have some of the, because look, the baby hairs coming there. I may have to have some of these little under hairs cut into bangs. I don't know. I'm so afraid to do it because I am bad with scissors. Bad. Every time I do cut wigs or, let's face it, just about anything, I mess it up big time. And with this, it's permanent. It's a permanent mess up. So, and oh, I don't know. I'm so very bad at it that it scares me. So very, very bad. I know that I wouldn't want a lot, right? I just want a few little wispy type bangs, right? So we're just going to do that. Just a few wispy little pieces. To put more heat on this. Just try and change the direction of those fibers there. Oh, you guys. Oh, this is not the smartest thing in the world for me. promise you it's not. But I'm doing such a tiny amount, right? So, such a tiny amount. I'm going to pull this tiny little bit together and twist, right? And twist. And then I'm going to take a very small amount right here by my nose at an angle. Ugh, cut that much off. Ugh, makes me nervous. Okay. So then, no, not short enough, is it? Because what I'm gonna want it to just do is to just sort of, I have to do it again. Ugh. I suck at this. I so suck at this. Alright, I'm gonna twist again. And when it bounces up, like when you pull it straight, I don't want to cut up here because then it's going to micro bang all the way up there. So I'm going to go, if I want it to stop here, then I'm going to come down to here. An inch. Is that the best job I've ever done? Cutting a bang into something, and it's still too long. But rather now than going in and trying to do that twist, I will come in at an angle and just nip. Just nip. I am not a hairstylist. And as I stated, I suck with scissors on anything. It won't stay, and I can't hold on to it well. And there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. And then we're gonna come down. At an angle. There we go. There we go. And then I might have actually made this work. So these are just frilly little bangs right there. I don't need a lot, right? I just needed a little something there. I still sweep them over a little bit so they're not that bad. Okay, let's see how this turned out. Yeah, so now if I can get this to stay over, that works, that works. I may nip another little one here and there, but I'm not gonna go crazy with it because then that helps to cover some of this, right? So we just kind of give it a little. They'll fall out. See? There we go. Big wax, where'd you go? So some of these other little strays I may nip down off my nose, but not gonna go crazy with it. Okay. Okay. I take that one. It's just one. Oh, I didn't even get it. If you're hanging on my nose and driving me nuts, you're gonna go. At this point, right? Oh no, I'm not. Stop. I have to stop with the scissors because there we go. I brushed the wig, and I think, ooh, this is gummy. Because this is empty and all I'm getting out of there is like the aerosol, so now it's really gummy. Ugh. Okay, well, kind of wipe some water through there. It's really gummy. Alright. That's not the shaping cream, doesn't get that gummy. That was like really weird gummy. And I'm going to push these little baby hairs I put in here, little baby bangies, up some. Let's see, then they'll poof up off my forehead. I don't like them laying straight on my forehead. And then they'll give a little bit of a, there we go, there we go. Yeah, I may need more. But it's best to do little bits at a time than to just go in and hack it off. Trust me. Just believe. Just have faith in that that is true. Just have faith. And this, it just hangs down so far. It's kind of wonky doodle weird. And it's not that the wig is bad or anything's wrong with the wig. It's my head shape. Let's be clear. It is my head shape that leads to these problems. Okay. So... Up and away, up and away. These fibers are definitely stubborn. They don't want to stay. And it's not like I'm just letting them sit really well either. So, and I've got to get down into this. And they're attached right there. It hangs down. This video is so long already for something this simple. Sorry. That might do it. Now I need to just leave it for a minute. Just leave it. Because that looks like that will work. And see how I got all bent out of shape and chopped those? Now they look stupid. But it's just a couple, so I can handle that. And I have hair everywhere. Ah. There we go. See, I shouldn't have chopped those. See? Shouldn't have done it. But it is just a couple. So it's not gonna kill me. And when this dries and sets, it'll be a little bit floofier, I think. I won't do that again. There we go. There. It's getting there, huh? It's getting there. A little bit at a time. These here are stubborn. Stubborn, stubborn, stubborn. It's not supposed to burn, but I still felt like I was about to burn my eyeball. Stubborn. Okay. Yeah, I think this is doing nice things. I'm not left-handed, so doing that away is not smart. There we go. Put that back in there. That side looks good. This side. Here we go. Look at that. What do you think? And then I still may have to stitch the inside. If I do, I might show it, but someone else has already done it, so I can just find that video if you want to know how. I didn't come up with it myself. No, I didn't. You're getting there, huh? Just takes patience. And little bitty things at a time, not big things, not big changes. And I will brush that. There we go. Oh, now she's looking good. Yeah. And if this side comes down a little bit, it's okay. Because, like I said, I'm mostly blind in this eye. So all my vision mostly occurs over here. This I just have like some light and peripheral vision in. So people are like, well, if you're blind in that eye, why doesn't that eye act wonky and go all sideways? It's because I do have some peripheral vision in there, and I can see light, so my eyes still track properly. I don't know if you can see that in the light, but yeah, creepy, huh? They do still track properly. This may end up being a clip situation. I don't have any. I've got 5,000 cute clips and things. Do I have any of them in here with me? No. The only thing I have in here are my little training clips. So this may just be something where I go in with a little clip and do that. I don't know. We'll see. That looks a little too... this may be fine, or I may have to cut that. I'd hate to have to cut that. I wish it would just stay back. Stay back. It's because it's angled forward right here. It's not in the spot where it's meant to be, right? I mean, I am changing it. I wonder if, because I have a little bit of a banginess going on in here now, and I've got a lot of this moved over, if that one little piece that gets on my nerves crosses back over, would that be such a problem? I don't know. That might work. That might work. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. This is better. It's doing better. So, I don't know. So here on the mirror back there. Alright. Well, I'm going to leave it for there. I mean, the other option is you can do one of these where you tuck that under like that. Right? I've seen that. Just kind of give it a little. There's always that. There we go. It's not too bad. And then when I look back at the video, I'll look and see if this is flat enough or if I have too much room back here that I need to pull out. See? That's just maybe 2 wefts that I've bent over. When I don't wear a wood grip, there's probably 4 or so. I'm stepping on my cord, so I'm out of focus. I know. So I will take some pictures and I will see how that goes. Do you have any suggestions? Please let me know if you've dealt with this same problem with this short forehead or the short back here that causes this to bunch up, and how you've dealt with it in the least complicated way possible, because while I'm crafty, I don't have a lot of space or a lot of gumption to do it. So I guess that's it for now. This pretty gray brown girl. I am now sold on Gabor if I can find ones that will show more of my forehead without drastic measures. Do you have any suggestions for that? Gracias, Tibia.